Well, hello and welcome back. Last week here, got some battery production and some drones being made and used up all the way up here to make batteries pretty much. And we ran into a bit of a problem with my power grid went down a bit. So I didn't really exactly have enough capacity here, which you can still see I don't have enough capacity to do with the max consumption I have. So what I want to do today is look at doing a couple of things here. Namely, tearing down and rebuilding my whole fuel system here to actually make use of Turbofuel. So I'll get that up somewhere else, which means I'm going to have to grab some sulfur, which I've already scouted out a bit, and there is a suitable sulfur vent right here. It's a pure node, so that should be good to get me some sulfur, and so should be good. Now it's just going to be a matter of figuring out exactly how much and also bringing the sulfur over here. Oh, I've actually got 98 coupons ready to go. Cool. And to actually make use of the turbo fuel, I do actually have one of the alternate recipes found, which could be very useful here. Namely the turbo blend fuel. I think that would be very nice. What else do I have available to me here? Nothing that really screams out to me for the moment. So, let's take a look at what we've got here. So the fact that we actually got access to the blender now does make things a bit easier, because I can make a turbo blend fuel. And we're going to need to figure out exactly how much. And I do plan to overclock these two oil extractors I've got here and over there to get me, well, quite a lot. About 300 oil per minute. It's going to be a matter of like dealing with everything there. And the fact that I'm going to have to make petroleum coke from the heavy oil residue, that's fine. So, I think one of the first things that's going to have to happen here is, well, we use a refinery to go heavy oil residue from it all. Gets me 40 per minute. I'm also going to need fuel as well, which I can do with just another blender here set to make. Wait, do I not have the diluted fuel from all this? It's packaged fuel. Diluted packaged fuel. Oh, must be another recipe alternate recipe I need to get that. I did get the, well, diluted fuel blender recipe here. So that I should be able to see how much I need here. So that outputs 100 per minute. This consumes 15 per minute. Wow, okay. So I'll first underclock this, or overclock the other one. So 100 divided by 15. But if I was to go 90 divided by 15, we could have this be underclocked to 90%, taking 45 heavy oil per minute, and that would feed about 6 of these. So then we go 30 times 6 equals 180 heavy oil residue per minute plus the 45 equals 225 heavy oil residue per minute coming from here. Yep. Divided by 40. It's 5.625. $225 divided by 6. No. 45. So either overclock it or 7.5. Or bring this down. 30. Either way. I'm pretty sure either way I'm going to need to turn all the crude oil into heavy oil residue, because then petroleum coke, is that made in a refinery? Yes, so I pretty much just need to turn all the heavy crude oil into heavy oil. So with 300, 240, so 600 divided by 30 means I get 20 refineries to make all the heavy oil we need. So times 40, that gives us about 800 heavy oil residue per minute, which would then need to be split off into the other ones. Not to mention everything else. So that's going to be a fun one to figure out exactly how much we're going to need here. Yeah. It's going to be fun, but I kind of already got this here. So we're going to need about 3 blenders to make the diluted fuel. Then we're going to need 18 blenders making turbo fuel, 4 refineries to make all the petroleum coke. That will get us about 800 turbo fuel from everything coming in, and we also need 400 sulfur going to be coming from this sulfur one up here. Should be doable. I know there's another one over here, but it's fairly similar distance from over here, so this works out. So now I just need to go and, well, get the sulfur rooted over here, get it powered up and mining out the appropriate rate. And then tear all this down and build a big enough foundation to do everything I need here. Wait, if we have 800 and each fuel power generator uses 7.5, gets us 107 fuel power generator, because that's if they're using up the turbo fuel at that rate, which does last a bit longer. Let's check something out here. Yeah, 7.5 per minute. And that outputs 250 times 250, so that should get me about 26 gigawatts of power. So yeah, I'll just go see about getting some basic stuff set up here. So here's the sulfur mine here. Needed a couple of things here. Got to actually grab here, which are the portal mines, which probably could just make a whole bunch and store them into my dimensional depot, but it's not too hard to just make them on demand like so. So, production miner mark 2. How much is this going to produce? This is going to produce about 240 per minute. So if we add a couple of these, we can overclock it to making 400 per minute, which is the amount I'm going to need here, which does leave a bit extra on top. So that's good. And then I could actually just make use of conveyor belt mark 4, which I'm going to have to somehow bring down. But that is the sulfur, and that needs to make its way all the way over that direction. I've dismantled everything, but before I did that, I actually got a little bit of a power bank set up here with some power in there to be able to jumpstart this system again if need be, which I'm probably going to have to. So let's get this started by seeing what this, so that's 300 cubic meters per minute of oil, and we'll also go with this one over here, which should be another 300. Okay, so first off we need to get enough refineries here. Get out of the way, Bean. Production. Oh, you're in the way. Move. Okay. Push this up a bit here. So, we need enough refineries to be able to make the heavy oil residue. So with 600, that means we're going to need about 20 of these. So how many can we fit in a row here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I'm gonna be shy a few. Let's go a bit of a different approach here. One, two, three, four. Wait. Let's flip it around. 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we have 5 there, we can have all the heavy oil, crude oil come in here. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's 10. That should be enough for this one over here. And we're then gonna have to have enough of these down here. Probably could have set this up in a much nicer way, but this should work out. Oh, I might need tier 2 pipes, won't I? No, tier 1 will work. Cool. So these will all go across here. Which then that gets that all hooked up here. Then we just need to hook that up to here. So that would be crude oil making its way into here to be turned into heavy oil residue. And that's just one side. I need to repeat that for the other. And we also need to take out all the fluid from here going into elsewhere. So after this, we're going to get how much heavy oil residue? Oh, okay. So that is going to be interesting. So 5 of these is 250, no, 200. Not noodle, order 2D, auto, nope. Yeah, I'll get hooked up. But this is all going to be tier 1, so that's going to be fine. I'm going to have to somehow bring them over, keep that all down there. Gets me heavy oil residue, which next up needs to be converted in both diluted fuel and what else was it? Petroleum and coke in a specific ratio. This one. 2.67 at that. Okay. 133 minute. Well, if I get this coming out correctly here. So, 2.67 blenders here. So production, let's get the fuel production up and running here. Well, we might be able to. We need 2.23, so we could probably get away with an overclocked one, but if we can fit 1, 2, 3, because that'd still be cheaper otherwise. That'll get me enough water, which is 120, 240. That means this needs to be 27 to get 267 cubic meters of water coming out there. All fit into one. We need it to go into some blenders here. So, making diluted fuel, we need to get 267, which that's not going to be enough, so get a second one. I overclocked these slightly, so that is 300, so if we go 137 and 130 here, that'll get me 267 in total, so that's all the fuel we're going to need from that. Then we need another 18 blenders to do everything here. Oh, it's going to be fun fitting everything in. I still need some more refineries to make the petroleum coke. We've also got polymer resin out that we need to deal with. Okay. Is it the same? No, a bit longer. Okay. So we need 1, 2, 3 and 0.34. We need 400 units of petroleum coke coming out of here. Which I could underclock all these to just producing 100. Which would do the exactly what I'm after here. So that's all the petroleum coke production, which means we then need to feed in 133 cubic meters of heavy oil in here as well. No. Bean, why are you getting in the way? That's annoying. Okay. So we still need to get the other 10 in there, then we need the 18 blenders to make Turbofuel. These are sliding along here. Get out of here, Bean. Yeah, you came up here on the spot where you can't go. So fluid shouldn't be a problem. So let's see here. Turbo blend fluid. Fuel heavy oil residue. Yep. Which we're going to need a tier 3 pipe to be able to transfer all that heavy oil residue I'm going to need. That's fine. So we'll need 18 of those. Now how am I going to get this set up? I'm not exactly sure. Because I'm still going to need to get the rest of the 100 odd generators being produced as well. So we can do that, plonk this here. That right there. Good enough. So that will work out the way I want it to. We can have the turbo fuel coming off from there. I don't know if this is going to work out, but we'll see. Yeah, we could probably overclock. Oh no, let's just keep at 18 here. So if we have 4 lows, that means we're going to have a bit of extra on one of them. 2, 3. Surface is 2 uneven. No wonder. I didn't line up the center of the buildings. I lined up the... Come on. Trying to place this down. You can connect to there. Perfect. Okay. That's good. So we have 4 rows of this. We're going to have an extra 2 up here, and then we just need to get everything wired up as well, because the numbers should work out here. Apart from one other thing, which is I have no idea how well the fluid handling is going to work here, but we'll figure it out. So we'll do something like that. We need to leave plenty of space for the items to travel in here, and then we'll be good. As well as building up all 100 odds. Steel powered generators or whatever. Plug you down here. Just missing the casing. Cool. So I'm just going to get the rest of this built up and hooked up, which is just going to take a little bit to get my head around how I'm going to do this, but we'll be back. Also, we should be seeing here turbo fuel being made here, and also pushing it back into the, well, generator's got it here, so that should be enough to be able to keep this entire factory running here. Now it's just a matter of, well, getting enough resources here, which at the moment is just waiting for the heavy oil residue. Which might take a little bit for everything to get up to speed here. Why aren't you running? Yeah. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. So yep, we're getting turbo fuel being produced now. but it doesn't really matter all that. Because eventually I'm going to have to connect it all up here as well. Does that work out? So yep, Turbofuel. And that would be fine once this is all set up. So I still got like another 100 odd generators I need to get set up here, but overall this will work out once everything, well, builds up. I've added the rest of the fuel powered generators here, and yeah, it's a lot. You can see if we hop down to here, we should be generating about 27 gigawatts of power. 25 just from this slot here, because I do connect this up to the rest of it. So our max capacity, way higher than what was before, so solve the power issue for now. And it's all just being made thanks to, well, Turbofuel production, which is working just right for the amount I'm producing here. So that works out nicely here. I think it's probably a good spot to call it the end of the episode here. So I'll call it the end of the episode here, so you can comment, like, subscribe down below. Really helps out with YouTube discovery and whatnot. And that. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all next time.